YouTube. We're trying to fix that. Oh. Okay. It's looking good. We're live on both. All right. So we're doing a Cookalong today. We're gonna start. It's slanted. We're gonna start at like 8 to 10 minutes. We usually start around there. So if you're just watching afterwards, you can fast forward. We are making crispy chicken thighs with a pan sauce, and the pan sauce uses wine, but you don't have to use wine if you don't want to.
Are we using wine?
We have some.
Okay.
But you can also just use chicken broth. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Crispy chicken thighs are one of my favorite meals. We don't have them enough because we like to stick to the basics, just like ground beef or steak. So I'm excited for this. And it's a really simple method to make the chicken and then a simple method to make the sauce. So this is something you can whip up really quickly any night of the week. We're gonna meal prep it. We have 4 chicken thighs, bone in and skinned. We're gonna debone them in a minute, and Matt will start answering questions.
Pulling them up right now. Here we are. Okay. Yeah, if they want to get the chicken thighs deboned ahead of time, that would be a good idea.
And if you have already deboned them, you don't have to like cook along. You can cook while you watch, and then tag us on Instagram after you post it and eat it. But I'm gonna debone these right now so we can get started at an appropriate time.
Some people are saying volume. I think, yeah, I feel like our volume's all the way up. Can people hear us? Let us know.
Yeah. Aloha from the Big Island. Yay.
What doing keto and vamping? Like vampires, like running around after midnight
Vaping?
sucking blood? He's probably talking vaping, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think vaping has any nutritional value, right? So it shouldn't really mess much with keto. I don't know though, I've never done vaping. I mostly just make fun of people that vape. I don't actually do it myself.
I've vaped before. It's actually really enjoyable, especially if it's like a flavored.
Have you? Where have you done this at?
Well, my friends, like Lindsay's, but all of like my hippie friends vape. It's like a cool thing to do. So I've like used theirs before.
Oh, I got a new drink today too.
I saw that. I was gonna grab it for you, and then I
Yeah.
was like, maybe he doesn't want to try new stuff. Oh, that.
What are you talking about?
This new
Oh.
water.
So I got this today at the grocery store. I saw it. It's Sobe 0 calorie water.
We've had that before.
Yeah, we got it in the
It's
airport.
delicious.
So it uses I don't even know. I don't think it uses any sweetener. This is kind of weird. Oh no, it uses stevia. So this is sweetened with stevia, 0 carb. So I'm gonna give this a try. This is actually pretty good. We had it once before. It's really good. I like this. This is probably my favorite sports drink I've had. That's
It's better.
keto friendly.
It's better than Snapple, like the diet Snapple. We used to
Oh,
drink
I
that.
like those too.
I prefer that one.
Some vaping flavors have added sugar.
Maybe.
That seems weird, but I guess maybe it's true. Just did thighs at the gym today, so I figured I would tune in. You just did thighs? Just hardcore
That's it.
thigh workout? Are you one of those girls that's on the like hip adductor thing just texting the whole time? Why is the YouTube image mirrored? Is it? I don't know, we have the front facing camera going.
It is mirrored.
Yeah.
But is that a big deal?
I don't think so.
It doesn't impact you guys, right? Or us.
Why
I'm
not?
really bad at deboning chicken. This is like Matt's forte.
Are we supposed to see what Mega's doing? Can't see her hands. Yeah, so right now she's just deboning the chicken thighs.
Yeah, I'm
She's
just deboning.
taking the bones out.
I have one done, and it's been like an hour.
I don't know that there's like a real art to the deboning of chicken thighs. It's
I just try to keep as much meat on
As possible.
on the thigh itself. Yeah.
Julius, don't start. And then just to fill you guys in a little bit on the recipe, oh, I just touched the chicken. It's crispy chicken thighs, which we love. And then usually when you cook a nice crispy chicken thigh, you get a bunch of like fat and good stuff left in the pan. So we're gonna like
We make a pan sauce.
We make a pan sauce with it, and there's gelatin in this, right?
Yeah.
So this is actually a cool pan sauce. It uses gelatin to make it more of like a thicker, delicious sauce. Did you guys buy a house, and when will you move in?
Yeah, we're working on it right now. Moving. Well, we'll be traveling also for a bit, so we should be good to go. Our lease here is up mid-July, so you'll start seeing the house and the vlogs, and we'll try to be as we'll try to be as less information giving away as possible, right? People,
With our house?
yeah, we get a lot of emails, which is kind. People like say they can see like our address, or like we're giving away too much information. So maybe we'll be more cautious because we'll be having kids and stuff, I guess.
Maybe, maybe not. Who knows?
I think I want to be. Matt
Okay.
doesn't care, but then, you know, we get killed.
Can you make these with the bones in?
Yeah.
You can. They'll just take a little bit longer to cook, and I like to cut them afterwards and like serve them on top of rice, like cauliflower rice.
But I prefer to leave the bone in because the meat is always a lot juicier in my opinion.
Yeah, you could leave the bone in. Do we throw these in the oven at all? Or
Yeah.
Is it, okay. Yeah. I like to get them already deboned. The thing with that is I've never found deboned with the skin on. It's usually
Yeah.
boneless, skinless, or bone-in, skin on. At least in the U.S., that's what we usually find here. Realizing I don't know how to debone.
Yeah, exactly.
Does anyone though? I guess some people do.
Chefs.
Yeah, chefs.
You're really good at it. Can you salt and pepper these bad boys?
Yeah, you should salt them and like pull the
Yeah,
skin
but
away
my
a little
hands,
bit.
can you do
Oh,
it?
you want me to do it?
Just
yeah.
salt and pepper, and then I'll pull away the skin.
The enchiladas, I couldn't wait. Made them right after I saw your video this
Yes.
morning. Nicely done.
Nice.
Yeah, those are really delicious.
That's awesome. Yeah, so today a couple things went out. We had our podcast with Patty Spence. He's the CEO of Zevia, but we don't really talk about Zevia that much. We talk a lot about this quote-unquote sugar budget he implements with his kids, which is a great way to get them started without like forcing them to be low carb or keto. And then we also had our breakfast enchiladas go live today.
Yeah, so people want to see what you're doing again. She's just removing the bone
Yeah.
from the chicken thigh.
So like these ones have been deboned. Oh my goodness.
Julius,
Give him his PB bone.
where's his
Good
baby?
for you.
Julius, come here. Here. TV bone.
All right, we gotta answer questions.
So I'm gonna salt and pepper these for her. I've tried so many of the cookbook recipes already. They've been amazing, especially the dinner rolls.
Thank you. Yeah, the dinner rolls seem to be a hit with a lot of people. Some people find that they come out flat, and that's probably just like the coconut flour or the psyllium husk you're using. So not to worry, they'll still taste just as good.
I watch a ton of YouTube and have never turned the bell on for any channel. You guys have been so important for my keto progress that I just turned on your bell.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, guys, so I think the best way to get notified of when we go live and when we have new videos, if you want that, is there's a bell by the subscription button. Just click the bell, then you get notifications. Julia's got my dog started. Yeah.
Sorry, that happens a lot, I feel like, in videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so all my chickens are deboned. Matt is gonna salt and pepper the inside, the top for me,
You
and
want to separate the skin a little bit too, right?
yeah, I'm gonna. But
Okay.
So, do you wanna?
You want me to do this first?
Yeah.
Do you guys like Walden Farm syrups? Ask someone.
We do. We use them a lot during our cut. I haven't really touched them much since, but like for keto pancakes or something, I'd probably go for the Walden Farms pancake syrup over like the store-bought sugar-free syrups.
Honestly, there's not any maple syrups that are like actually made with that good of ingredients.
That
So
taste good.
Walden Farms is like just as good an option as any for syrups.
Well, Lakanto uses erythritol.
But they also use a ton of fiber.
Yeah, and it tastes so chemically. I would just go for the Walden Farms. The main ingredient's water, which you can't ever go wrong with water.
It's thickened water with like maple flavoring.
Yeah, a lot of people, Facebook, sorry, you can't see the food. So these are the chicken thighs, just deboned them. Salt and peppering. Right now, Matt's doing that for me. And then I'll show you what I'm gonna do. This is a crucial step to getting the skin really crispy.
Lift it up so YouTube can see too.
I know. I'm going to show Facebook real quick, and then you can bring the camera down, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to separate the skin from the chicken like that, and that'll make it crispier.
Skin separation.
And then rub salt and pepper or whatever seasonings you want on the inside. Just stick your hand in. It'll separate really, really easily. Just make sure you're rubbing all the seasoning all over.
And then do you have the pan preheating?
No, I don't have the pan preheating, but I do have the oven preheating to 350. Can you lift the Facebook up too?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get the pan preheating, medium heat. You don't want it too hot for chicken skin?
This will burn pretty quickly, so you gotta be careful. Honestly, this is like Matt's, like he's a master at cooking chicken thighs.
Thank you. It's actually, it gets crispier when you cook them at medium heat.
Yeah.
And you let the fat render a little bit out of the skin.
We're doing medium heat?
Yeah, medium heat on the pan there. So we're gonna go stovetop, both sides, or just skin side? I think
Just skin side, and then we flip it, and then we oven.
Yeah.
So oven to 350. Your pan right now should be getting to medium heat, and then we're actually just gonna do coconut oil spray. You could also do ghee. You do coconut oil.
For the skin?
Yeah.
You don't need any oil, really.
Oh, we have coconut oil spray in the cookbook. So you can do anything you want. You can do nothing.
And the whole point is like you crisp up the skin in the pan and then you flip it over in the oven so that the skin is crispy and then it's not like sitting in the pan with the oil to get soggy again. It just stays crispy.
Super sorry, yeah. Should we salt and pepper both sides or no?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So we're gonna salt and pepper the other side. I did the skin side already, and then the pan should be heated at that point.
If I don't want nut butter taste in my waffles, will your waffle recipe still turn out fine skipping the nut butter? Probably not, right?
No, probably not. Because the nut butter provides fat, which is important, and then also a lot of flavor.
Favorite quote from Matt, you a nerd. That is one of my quotes. I say that to my sisters all the time because they are nerds.
Is today the first day that the camera's backwards on YouTube?
No, it's always been like that.
Okay, because someone else just pointed it out on Facebook.
I think it's if you're watching both, then you notice.
Then it's confusing.
Yeah.
Okay, peppered both sides.
Oh, and we just filmed a couple vlogs, guys. We have some good ones coming up soon.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper both sides.
And we're heating our pan, don't forget. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick.
And you want to pat the skin dry, right?
Yeah.
Remember when you guys were able to read everyone's comments and we would always go way off topic? Those were the days. I still like to go way off topic when possible.
Yeah, we still sometimes do.
Have you guys tried any new nootropics recently? Any recommendations? I hesitate to give nootropic recommendations because it's not really like...
We haven't really tried anything new though.
We try the same things that we like and we stick with them.
I'm just taking paper towels and I'm patting the skin dry.
Lately I've been doing lion's mane mushroom in my coffee.
The drier the skin
better.
and the more separated it is from the chicken, the crispier the thighs will get when they're in the skillet. Okay, that looks good. Is that hot? Probably a little more, right?
Yeah, slightly longer.
Okay, we're gonna let that heat a little longer. Let's see.
Y'all do tofu recipes? We do. We have a couple of them, but people doing keto don't really like tofu recipes that much is what we found.
If you were using a dry rub for barbecue chicken, would you make your own or buy a specific one? We haven't messed with dry rubs, but we want to try something without scary stuff in it.
You can find them.
Yeah, you can definitely find them. We've also made our own a lot.
It's really easy to make your own.
But there's a lot of good options in the store. If you just make sure you just look at the ingredient labels, and if it doesn't say sugar, you're good to go.
Yeah, so we go to a barbecue place all the time, and the big trick with going to barbecue restaurants is you can look on the back of the dry rub they sell in store to see if it has sugar in it. A lot of times it'll have brown sugar or sugar, but this one that we go to doesn't, so you can just buy directly from them. And honestly, it's probably like 5 or 6 ingredients that you have. It's like garlic powder, paprika, like basic stuff. You can make it yourself pretty easily.
Can you tell me why peanut butter is okay on keto, but no other legumes like lentils are allowed? It's all about the nutrition content. So
It's carbs.
lentils are a lot higher in carbs, very low in fat, compared to peanuts and peanut butter.
Some people would say peanut butter is not allowed on keto.
Yeah,
I mean,
some
it's just up to you what you want to do.
Right. A lot of people also stay away from carrots and tomatoes. But yeah, if you're tracking or it fits into your diet and you still feel good, go for it.
How much protein per body weight were you doing while cutting? I was probably at the lowest, down to like 0.4 grams per pound.
Oh, really? That low?
Yeah, you were that low too.
Oh yeah. I was really. I
You
forgot
were less
how
than
low.
0.4.
Yeah, I was like point.
She was like 0.35.
Yeah.
Not recommended probably for most people.
But it was something we did for a short time period to hit a specific goal.
And I think
that's not sustainable.
I think it proves the point of like worrying so much about increasing protein to gain muscle, decreasing protein.
I gained muscle
Yeah.
on like 0.3. I always forget how to say it.
0.3 grams per pound.
0.3 grams per pound. So that goes to show that like it is muscle sparing. Okay, I'm gonna put my thighs in the skillet right now, skin side down, and then we're gonna let it cook for how long would you say?
Like 6 to 8 minutes probably.
Okay.
What does it say in the cookbook?
10.
10.
Sorry, Facebook. I'll show you the pan afterwards.
So when I first started making these, I always wanted to crank the heat up like on super, super high. But you're better off just giving it its time. Give it like a nice 10-minute medium heat.
But we do use a spatula to press it down. So our skillet is also, I think that's a 12-inch skillet, and that fits 4 thighs really nicely. So if you're doing more thighs, you can do more pans, you can do it in batches.
We're crowding the pan a little bit. It's not great for crispy skin.
Let me show Facebook.
Okay.
I'm coming for you, Facebook. So skin side down. And you can see them immediately shrivel up, which is really cool because the pan's so hot.
Have I listened to the new Royce da 5'9" album? No, I have not. I used to really like him though because he's from Detroit. I'm from Detroit. He's just kind of dated for me at this point, but maybe I'll give that a listen soon. Hey guys, just purchased your cookbook. Have followed you guys before. You did this full time and now have family and friends doing keto. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Is there a way to tell if I'm in ketosis by checking sugar levels only? Not really, but it can give you some insights into if you're in ketosis. Generally, your blood sugar levels will be lower. Blood sugar and blood ketones are inversely correlated, so the lower your blood sugar is, the higher your ketones are generally. We're not doctors though. Do you guys supplement your electrolytes or mostly get it from food? I supplement magnesium every single day, 2 pills, 400 milligrams. Add salt to my food, and potassium I don't worry too much about. Sometimes we take a supplement, sometimes I get it from food.
I'm going to press down the thighs with the spatula to really make sure that all of the skin is hitting the hot surface of the skillet.
What's the best source of fiber on keto? I don't think you need fiber. I don't think there is like a best source. Probably just green veggies.
Yeah, I would say veggies as well.
Are there any dangers of keto? Like specific to keto? I mean, it's hard to say. Like, are there dangers to eating real foods? Like, is there dangers to eating?
There's dangers to every type of lifestyle, I'm sure, depending on the person.
Yeah. I think depending on the way you do it, like if you're just eating Kraft cheese and like pre-cooked bacon, then yeah, there's dangers
And
to
you're
that.
not supplementing electrolytes, those are out of balance, you're feeling fatigued and weak. Yeah, I think there's bad ways to go about this type of a lifestyle, but there's so many resources where you can learn, so just make sure you're always learning. I think that's important.
What do you think of the Atkins snack, Russell Stover chocolate? They use maltitol. Okay
No.
on occasion or totally avoid?
I would say totally avoid.
I would agree.
Do you guys ever cook on a cast iron? Yes, we love using a cast iron. Yeah. We're just not using one right now. Can you buy a cookbook in stores or do I have to order it? People have said they've seen it in BJ's, but it should be in Costco nationwide, like, at this point.
Do you have any advice on negativity from family and friends for following keto? I'm having a hard time with the negativity. That's a tough one. Yeah, we get this a lot. I don't know. I think a lot of it is just projecting. I don't think you just have to be confident in yourself and tell them you want to make changes in your life and this is what you want to do and you're trying to be healthier. Do you have any advice?
I mean, yeah, you kind of just have to get like a little personal in the sense, like, if you give them a really personal reason, they're not going to say, no, you're wrong, like, stop doing it. So I would just say, hey, like, mom and dad or brother, this makes me feel really good. This is the first time I felt this good, and I'm enjoying the lifestyle, and it's super sustainable for me. If you just say, like, it makes you feel really good, how could they say, no, it doesn't make you feel good, right? It's like how you feel.
Do you use coconut butter versus other nut butters in recipes? If so, what recipes have you tried? We don't really use coconut butter that much, but we do have a recipe for it coming pretty soon. You basically just blend up coconut flakes. But honestly, I try to stay away from nut butters because it's just so calorie dense and so delicious that I could just eat like 4,000 calories in nut butter in the blink of an eye. So I personally don't buy that for myself.
The name of our cookbook is Keto Made Easy.
Ever try a 50% protein, 50% fat with limit on carbs? That sounds insane to me. For me, that would be like 500 or 600 grams of protein a day. No, that'd be like 350 grams of protein a day for me. So that's not something I would ever do. But I mean, it's worth trying, I guess. That honestly isn't worth trying, in my opinion.
Guys, been keto for the past month and have been loving your recipes. Never been much of a cook, but now I'm cooking meals nightly for my family, plus meal prepping for breakfast and lunches. That's amazing. You are killing it.
Let's take a little peek.
Woo! Can they see?
It's kind of like bright. Show the other one.
This one?
Yeah. But you see how much fat there is in the pan? That's all going to be in the sauce.
Yeah. Woo! Sorry. The splatter always makes me nervous. I've been able to incorporate most of the keto meals for the whole family. I have 5 kids, so we have to get creative. I'm grateful for you guys. Yeah, that I feel like can be really, really fun. You have like even just more than one kid, and they're all picky eaters. But I feel like it's totally possible with keto because you just have to like cook a carb or add bread or something to the meal.
I find it pretty stressful grocery shopping. I find myself spending a long time hunting for cheese or canned chicken without dextrose or other preservatives. Is there an easier way to shop? Yeah, you can not do those things. You can just buy cheese. I mean, all cheese is like less than 1 gram of carbs. So like...
And don't you canned chicken do like whole chicken thighs or get a whole chicken and cook that?
If it stresses you out, it's probably not worth it.
Right.
Love the new title, The Grand Keto Cookalong. Yeah, I changed it up today.
I'm going on a cruise in 2 months, and I'm thinking for the week I might be a little lenient with what I'm eating. Any tips for how to have some extra carbs without ruining my trip with stomach issues? That's going to be really tough. It depends on how many carbs you intake, and it depends on what you intake in the form of. And for me personally, like if I added some sweet potatoes or something, I wouldn't have as much stomach issues as if I were to add like a donut.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips?
For stomach issues?
Well, just adding more carbs without dealing with stomach issues.
Oh, yeah, I think it's mostly about the type of carbs. Like, lately I've been doing 15 grams of pre-workout carbs, and it's just really dense, like, simple carbs. That doesn't upset anyone's stomach, in my experience, really. But if you're doing more like, my stomach gets upset with like cauliflower and like things that are just high fiber, I guess, like more volume. But I would say just like ease back into it a little bit, do some experiments because you're going to react differently to different types of carbs.
Okay, I think I'm gonna flip them.
Okay.
It's been like 8 to 9 minutes.
Wait, let me get the flip. Look at that, crispy.
Those are gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna show Facebook real quick. Can you bring the computer over? It looks like beautiful. All right, guys, now I'm gonna pop this in the oven at 350. We're gonna go for 15 minutes.
Okay, it's quiet now.
Woo!
Are there any professional athletes that do keto? I don't think there really are.
Brown's dabbled.
Yeah, people have dabbled. I don't think there's anyone who's like legit. There might be some distance runners or like some ultra marathoners and stuff that I don't know of, but yeah, I think a lot of people in like ultra distance running and stuff are starting to do keto. Let's see here. What's your opinion on kids eating strict keto or carnivore? I'm 13 and have been eating carnivore for 6 months and keto for a year. I feel amazing, but keto doesn't seem to be accepted by any doctors. So I don't think it's good for us to give advice to a 13-year-old. I think that's like against some kind of rules. Like if we had kids that were 13 and wanted to do keto or carnivore, I personally would let them do that.
Same with me.
If it's like their own decision and it's like a healthy decision, it's not like something, I don't know, like they're trying to, I guess I don't really know. I would just make sure that it's a healthy decision and they want it, it's something they want to do.
Make sure you're eating enough calories, and then don't get bogged down by like staying strict. Like if you want to also incorporate carbs or, you know, other foods, that's totally fine too. Don't like, you know, make it your life. I feel like 13 is really young. You have a long time to live and experiment and play around, so, you know, enjoy your time.
LeBron James is not keto, guys. He was for like a small period of time.
He's played around with it.
Yeah, he's not currently doing keto.
No, yeah.
No disrespect, you both look a little tired. We actually went to a movie last night. This might not sound
really
late to you, but it was at 7:40. So we got home by like 10:30. It's just way past our bedtime.
And I'm gonna blame Matt for this one because he has like a sty on one of his eyes.
Yeah, you guys can't tell.
So I think that makes him look tired, but he's not tired, right?
I'm
I think
not tired.
his one eye is just really inflamed.
Actually, we've been doing a lot more cardio and stuff lately, and I'm feeling more energized than ever.
Pushing it really hard in the gym, so like my body's fatigued. But a lot of UFC fighters use the keto diet. Is that true? Someone said that.
I don't know. See, like I hear people like Joe Rogan talking about keto, and their description of what they're eating, they're not in ketosis. Not that it's bad that they're not, but it's not like really a true keto diet, I would say. But yeah, people are getting more hip to the fact of like adding healthy fats is good. Yeah. I would say that's kind of what Joe Rogan does and a lot of UFC fighters do.
All right, while the chicken thighs are cooking, I'm gonna get some things ready. I'm just gonna get everything out for the pan sauce. So we're using 1/4 of a white onion. You can use whatever onion you have at home. Just 1/4, and you can use as much as you want. We're just gonna use 1/4 though.
How do I resist pinching Mega's cheeks? She does have some nice cheeks.
I know. That's my uncles, like all my dad's friends. Like in Indian culture, we call everyone uncle. Everyone just pinched my cheeks. It made me so angry.
What are your dream guests / collabs for a podcast? Dream guests? I'd like to have a few NBA players on, like Allen Iverson and Jason Williams are just like my heroes, so I'd like to have them on.
Yeah, like Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
I think he'd give a lot of good workout and motivation and business advice, like everything.
All of my dream ones are not really keto related or that are gonna be good for people to listen to. It's just more of people I want to know about more.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna finally dice up the onion. We like smaller minced pieces, but you can do big chunks if you want.
Who else would be good? It's like a big fitness star. Yeah, I guess maybe like Phil Heath or someone like that, like a professional bodybuilder.
I'd want like someone like more like Paige Hathaway, like more in the social media limelight presence.
My sleep doctor has recommended this diet to me. I've been following your recipes for 5 weeks and feeling great. Thank you for making this an easier process.
That's amazing.
Okay, guys, crazy story. We went and we stayed overnight someplace that didn't have internet, and I never dream, or I at least never remember my dreams, which a lot of people say is a sign maybe you're not getting the best sleep. So we went there at like 5 p.m. and I didn't have any screens in front of me.
No phone use.
The entire night.
We just talked and like read things and wrote things.
And I remembered like 3 or 4 different dreams that night.
Yeah.
So I think there's something to be said for the no screens an hour before bedtime. That really works.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Matt, what new hip hop album should I check out? The Pusha T album's really good. I really like this guy. His name's Lil Baby. He just had a new album come out. I don't know what else I've heard that's really good. Post Malone's album is pretty good, and then this new guy, Juice WRLD, I like a lot. He has a new album that came out. So can I have pickles on keto?
Yeah, you can have pickles. I have a pickle almost every day. When's the wedding? Y'all gonna get a full keto catered event? We're definitely not gonna have like a big keto wedding or a big wedding at all. But I think it would be really easy to like just have like a carb side, but like meat and veggies is keto. And
Yeah.
most weddings have those options. Like we're going to one in July and we're gonna be fine. Open bar, and then we're gonna get like steak and salad. That's perfect.
Are you Larry Bird's son? I've gotten that a few times actually.
You look-
I used to go play pickup basketball and people would call me Larry Legend.
That's so weird. My boyfriend is doing keto with me, but he wants his carbs before working out. He's curious about the pre-workout that you take.
Oh, okay. Wait, what's the whole question?
It's right here.
Curious about the pre-workout you take.
He wants to do carbs before working out.
Oh, yeah. I showed this last cook along, I think.
Yeah, we also showed it in a vlog that we did recently, so you'll see that soon.
Just get some of this stuff and do 1 tablespoon pre-workout if you want to do carbs. This is the best way to do pre-workout carbs on keto. Make sure you get the kind that says 0 grams high fructose corn syrup though. If it has fructose in it, it's bad. That will go to your liver and it'll interrupt ketosis much more than this will. So do like 15 grams of that. Do a little fat, maybe like half a tablespoon of MCT oil. That's what I do. And then maybe 10 grams of whey protein. And then caffeine or whatever else you want to add. Non-keto, love y'all music covers y'all be playing. New Kanye album? I haven't listened to that one yet.
Oh, thank you. Music is on point. Matt's pickings.
Thank you. What's the maximum carbs per day that you can have? I don't know that there is a strict rule or a number that applies to everyone. A lot of it has to do with your activity level. A lot of it also has to do with how long you've been doing keto. I think the longer you've been doing it, the more that's the point your body wants to be at. So like if you add a lot of carbs a day or two, your body will kind of just go back to what it's used to. So I think when you're first starting out, you want to do pretty low carb, pretty high fat, just to get adapted really well, and then you can experiment from there after like maybe 6 or 8 weeks.
How do you suggest people? What do you suggest for people who don't eat very much? How do you get in what you need in less meals? Because I use IM. I think you mean IF. You got to just make denser meals, and yeah, I guess it's tough. It depends on the eating hour window you have. 8 hours is a good amount of time to get in enough food and what you need. But yeah, denser meals, and make sure you're supplementing with electrolytes during your window if you don't drink electrolytes outside of your fasting window.
Yeah, just like more palatable meals, like
Yeah.
peanut butter. Like I can eat peanut butter all day. stuff like that.
Also, like, just add like lots of fats to like a ground beef stir fry, or
Make
like
fat bombs.
make a frittata and top it with extra butter, and like, you know, you just gotta make dense meals, really.
Have Goody Beats on. We had him on already. He was one of the earlier
Like
episodes.
5 or 6, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Let's see here. What do we got? A recent BBC program on carbs showed greater workout performance by tricking your brain by rinsing your mouth with sugary drink. Have you seen or heard about this? No, that sounds interesting though. I'll look into that. Sugary
what is
drink. Rinsing your mouth with a sugary drink, you get a better workout apparently.
So oddly, I just so happen to be reading about like performance enhancement like uses today, and like sugar, what I think it was called like sugar coating or sugared something, was like a legal form of performance enhancement.
Sugar coating?
Yeah, like you use like sugar, just pure sugar, I guess, in your mouth beforehand. So yeah, it's interesting that that came up.
Been cheating every day. Would love keto soft serve on a sugar-free waffle cone. Any thoughts?
Do they have sugar-free waffle cones?
Yeah, I don't think that
What's
exists.
in that?
Waffle cones? I think he's just joking.
Oh, I was like, if those exist, I gotta see the stats.
I only need to lose 18 pounds to get to goal weight. I don't want to lose my curves. Is keto good for a few months, or what do I do to maintain after losing weight? Yeah, you can do keto for a few months. I think most people kind of, or a certain amount of people come in with that mindset, like I just want to do it for a few months, but they get hooked on it because they feel so good. So you can like reassess after a few months if you want to keep going, because you can just do keto and maintain weight too.
So I just realized I forgot about the parsley. So I'm gonna chop up some parsley as well. The chicken is still in the oven. We still got 5 minutes on those bad
Don't you gotta
boys.
get the gelatin blooming and stuff?
No. You just add it in.
Oh, okay.
I think it works like xanthan gum in this form.
I think you have to bloom it a little bit.
Well, it doesn't say that in here.
Will you grow your own veggies and herbs at home, at your new home? Probably not. It's just a lot of work. We are going to build a home gym though.
Which is also a lot of work, but I think that's more of our priority.
Just discovered that Trader Joe's has a halloumi cheese cheaper than any store.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's seasonal at Trader Joe's. They don't have
Oh
it
yeah,
year round.
seasonal. That was the issue.
Diabetes type 1 and keto?
Yeah. Dr. Jake Kushner?
Yep.
Listen to that podcast we had with him. It's great. He talks about type 1. I'm mincing up the parsley right now. It's a 1/4 cup, but you can really just go as light or as heavy as you want, depending on your liking for parsley.
Hey guys, just spent 20 minutes looking at protein powders and left empty-handed. Too many options and unknown ingredients. What do I not want in a protein powder? So,
High
you
carb.
definitely don't want, high carb, like sugars added, maltodextrin, things like that. For the most part, if you get a whey isolate, that should be good. Let me grab some protein powder.
Yeah, we have a bunch actually. We like to just stock up on them and make mud cakes and use them deliciously. All right, so we're just waiting for the chicken thighs, then we're gonna set those aside, and we're gonna get this pan sauce going.
So like this one here is just a whey protein. It's 1 gram of carbs, less than 1 gram of fiber. So it's less than 1 gram of net carbs basically. And like the sweetener in this is sucralose and acesulfame potassium. So like a lot of people will want to stay away from that. I personally don't mind it. You can get protein powders that are sweetened with stevia if that's what you're looking for. And then another thing I like to look for is look at the protein to the gram weight of a serving ratio. That's like a big thing for me because that's how you can tell how much is kind of hidden in here. So like for example, this one scoop is 32 gram weight, and that is 24 grams of protein. So 75% of this powder in here is protein. The rest is other stuff. You can see there's some fat, there's a little bit of carbs, and then there's probably just like weight from the sweetener. They add like leucine. There's just weight from different stuff. So that's what I also like to look in here to make sure it's not like a huge difference. Some of them will only be like 50% protein.
Isopure makes a 0 carb protein. Yes, they do. It's the cookies and cream we always have that on hand as well. I think we're out right now, but as soon as we move, we're going to be stocking up on all our usuals. We're just trying to get through everything right now because we're moving.
I would love to see a video of you guys reviewing the magic pill. So I watched it and I don't really know how much there is to review, was kind of my takeaway. I don't feel like they brought much new to the table. It's just like, let's go back to eating real food and you won't be chronically sick. And I think everyone can kind of agree with that. So I didn't think there was much to really talk about. Isolate soy is a no-no. Yeah, I would never buy soy isolate. But if your protein has soy lecithin, some people get concerned with that. Most of the ones we buy have that in it.
Okay, I'm pulling the chicken out of the oven. Don't forget your hands.
Whoa. So notice how it's fully cooked now, but the skin still crispy.
Yeah. Ooh, it's even crispier than I thought it was gonna be. You guys see Facebook? Okay. All right. I'm gonna put it back on the burner. I'm gonna remove the chicken thighs, set those aside, and then we'll get the pan sauce going. Whoops.
What's the difference between sugar and sugar alcohols, and can you sub from carbs to get net? So yeah, we only use erythritol as far as sugar alcohols go. And we subtract those from the carbs to get net carbs.
Oh my God, these are gorgeous.
Let me see them. Do like a little scrape so you can see the crispiness. Crispy.
Okay, I'm setting those aside, and we're gonna turn our pan heat on to medium. And then we're gonna toss in the 1/4 onion that we chopped up, and we are using some minced garlic. We're gonna add 2 to 3 teaspoons.
What are some of the options regarding plant-based proteins? Oh, we actually have one that we love.
So you can use fresh garlic if you want. Just mince that up. 2 to 3 cloves, 3 to 4, whatever you want, really.
This is our favorite plant-based protein, although I know there's a new report that like Vega protein is really high in heavy metals and stuff. It just got tested. This is 3 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fiber. Vegan proteins are always going to be a little bit higher carbs and just like less quality protein. Like this is pea protein, alfalfa protein, and brown rice and hemp protein.
I'm also going to season with salt and pepper, just like roughly whatever you want, and then I'm going to stir it around and let the onions cook until tender, a couple minutes on medium heat.
Do you guys ever trip over Julius in the kitchen?
Yes, so much. Don't forget to keep using a mitt because the spatula the skillet's really hot.
Let's see here. What's so bad about soy? I don't know that anything is so bad about soy. A lot of people seem to have strong opinions on it. I've tried doing a lot of research on it, and I think the number one drawback is it's almost all genetically modified. But as far as it being like super like pro-estrogenic, I don't think that's really been proven. But do your research on that and see what conclusion you come to.
So as I stir everything around, I'm also scraping up the bottom, so there's going to be like a lot of drippings and fat and little pieces of skin and chicken left over in the bottom likely. So you want to get all that like scraped up so it can be cooked into the sauce. Okay, how much gelatin are we using? Okay, now we are going to add our liquids. We're going to do 1/4 cup of wine, 1/4 cup of white wine, 1/4 cup of broth, and then 1 teaspoon of gelatin, beef gelatin, but you can use the other gelatin too. I'm gonna first add the broth. So we're using beef because that's what we have in the fridge open, but you can use chicken, you can use vegetable, whatever you really want.
Do you guys have a preference on virgin coconut oil versus refined? Yeah, I have a strong preference for virgin because it's just more nutritious. It hasn't been heated, it hasn't oxidized.
And then here's the beef gelatin powder. We get the Now Real Foods brand.
And then Auntie Val donated $2. What is your fave keto shake or keto meal replacement?
Keto Lent.
Keto Lent.
1 teaspoon gelatin powder.
You gotta whisk it in too, I think. Nut allergy? I think it's just like one of the. It's amazing.
She does have a rock solid bod. I hope mine's like that at 55.
She practices what she preaches.
Absolutely.
She's been doing it for 10 years. She's great to get advice from. But is it like practical for most Americans? I'd say probably not. It's kind of extreme, but if you want extreme results, you gotta take extreme measures.
All right, so for the sauce right now, the pan sauce, we're gonna cook it down on medium heat still until it reduces and thickens. That's when the water is evaporating, so it'll be a couple minutes, and then we will add in the remaining ingredients, and we'll have our delicious pan sauce, guys.
Keto for an Italian is blasphemy. My grandma's born in Italy. My whole family's Italian. It is blasphemy, and they like to feed you, but yeah, I don't know. None of them do keto. They're pretty resistant to it.
You know what I'm interested in, because I never grew up with a family doing Christmas or really celebrating holidays like that. What do you guys have family tradition wise? Because Matt's family does Christmas brunch. They do spaghetti and fried clams and fish. And
No, it's
stuff.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
A lot of Italians
They
do
do
that.
spaghettis with what's in it?
Fish, calamari.
Calamari in this. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
And then just fried battered fish.
Yeah.
That was the meal. Those two things only. No salad or no bread. Just those two things, which made it difficult for us. But what do you guys do that's weird? I guess that's not weird. To me, it's weird.
It's a little weird, probably. How much gelatin?
1 teaspoon.
How come neither of you use a fitness track or Apple Watch? What do you think of the Aura Ring? I think I would like to get one of those things. I've never worn jewelry in my entire life, and I don't like wearing it. But the Aura Ring seems cool because it tells you the heart rate variability for sleep and stuff. Could be cool.
Tracks your sleep. Yeah, that's my favorite part about things. I used to use a sleep app that my phone would track my sleeping.
Yeah. Avocado oil is a great substitution as well in cooking. Yeah, avocado oil is good because it has a higher smoke point.
Just slightly though, right?
I think it's 350, same as coconut oil.
No, it's higher. I looked it up once.
Oh, it is?
I think it's 400. So what's left over is once the pan sauce reduces, we're gonna add in the butter, we're gonna add in some lemon juice and the parsley. Lemon juice is totally optional. I like the slight citrus flavor from it, but if you don't have lemon, that's fine. If you're using a different herb, that's totally fine. But I'm excited. This is delicious. You can smell the wine reducing too. Can you smell it?
Yeah.
I can smell it.
Yeah, it's Feast of the Seven Fishes. Usually on Christmas Eve, you'll have 7 dishes with fish. Italians do that.
That's crazy.
Cubans and South Americans do a lot of pork, beans, and rice for Christmas.
Okay.
Someone says smoked pork, black-eyed peas, collard greens. That sounds good. It sounds like you down south.
I think everything sounds really good except the Italians, because I'm not a seafood person. I don't want 7 seafood meals.
My grandma, she's not really bringing much nuance to the cooking. It's really just kind of old school, kind of bland, I want to say. No disrespect, Grandma, but she's been doing the same thing for 40 years now.
Well, that's why it's tradition.
Yeah,
they
it is
expect
tradition.
Michelle, they expect your sister to probably carry it on.
Yeah.
We do seafood and pasta for Christmas Eve too. I'm Italian as well. Our version of the 7 feast fishes. So yeah, that's their version.
Dr. Berg is a chiropractor who sells supplements. Heavy emphasis on selling supplements. Total turnout. He's also a chiropractor who gives out amazing free information on the internet.
That's true. All right, I'm going to add in the butter. My sauce is really, really reduced now.
Can you explain smoke points? Yeah, it's basically the point at which the oil starts to burn. So I try, like olive oil has a really low smoke point. So if you get some good olive oil and you get it to the smoke point, it oxidizes and it turns into like less healthy fats for you and just like more nutritionally absent. So I like to use olive oil mainly just for cold preparations, but like coconut oil, avocado oil, they have higher smoke points. You can look up on a chart online the different smoke points of different oils. Let's get in here. How's this coming together?
Good. The butter's melting down. And once the butter melts, I'm going to toss in the parsley. A lot of parsley here. And also the lemon juice at this point if you want to do that. This looks amazing.
I think that's about good.
Yeah. So now I'm going to remove it from the heat. And we've got a pan sauce. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Looks good.
Let me show Facebook. I don't know if you can really see it. It's hard to show you guys, I'm sorry. I'll put it in like a bowl.
What's a good substitute for beef gelatin? You can just use gelatine. It's pork gelatin. You can find it at every grocery store. It's in the baking section usually. Let's see here. High five for Penn State sweatshirt.
Woo!
How many days a week do you guys go to the gym? Well, I do some form of exercise almost every day, like at least a little walking or something.
Like today, our exercise was taking Julius to the park.
But I go to the weights like 4 to 5 days a week. You should add the butter off the heat. Yeah, I think that's what the recipe calls for.
I did. I turned off the heat before I added the parsley and the butter.
So what is the deal with keto farts?
What is the deal?
I don't know what the deal is. I mean, farts are usually just fiber-based. That's kind of how those work.
I've never heard Matt use the word fart.
I don't like to say it that much, but yeah, it's just if you're adding a lot of fiber, you're probably just like eating Quest bars and stuff. That would be my guess.
It's not the best lighting. You can see that though, right?
How much butter? It was 2 tablespoons,
2
right?
tablespoons, yep.
Do you use chia seeds for a thickener? Sometimes, not in dishes like this.
Matt uses it in his smoothies and for like a pudding, but no, not for some. The taste is too like earthy to me. What cookbook are you using? Our cookbook, Keto Made Easy.
Will you expose your kids to Eastern or Western religious beliefs?
That's an interesting way of saying it.
I'll expose them to everything.
Eastern or Western?
But I'm going to kind of like tell them my worldview and why I think those things.
I think they'll naturally be exposed to everything, but yeah, I think that's good. I think you should be exposed to everything.
You are truly an inspiration. I'm a Marine combat veteran with PTSD and have been on keto 15 months. Keto has saved my life and inspired others to do the same.
Wow.
Thanks for the service.
Yeah. Keep killing it.
That's
man.
a great story. Being Greek, we do lamb on Christmas. Yeah, I wish we don't do lamb in the U.S. very much. It's hard to find. I
Lamb
like
is
it, though.
delicious though. I ate a lot of lamb growing up. My mom's culture eats a lot of lamb.
Bang energy drink. Your opinion, please. Yeah, we haven't tried these yet. People keep asking about them. They seem like they're fine for keto, right?
The Bang Energy drinks.
They have creatine.
Yeah, they just have creatine, which is weird to me. So I don't drink them, but I've never tried them, but they're fine.
Do you still owe us the 100K subscriber wrap? I think it was 200K.
It was 200K.
But we're past 300K now.
What did we do for 100K?
We did the skits video.
Oh yeah, the skits video. That was fun.
We're gonna do more skits soon, I think.
Mega, did you know Matt was going to propose? I did not know he was going to propose the moment he proposed.
Do you feed your fur babies grain-free food? If so, what brand?
Yeah, we do.
A&D, I think it's
N
called?
and D.
N&D. But someone recently contacted us about a keto pets type of thing that maybe we're gonna look into.
Yeah.
Hi.
Should we try the sauce though?
I was gonna try it on the chicken, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's dish one up for us. Hi, enjoying the show. Quest protein powder or Isopure? I think Quest tastes better, but it does have added sweetener. The real question is, does one have better ingredients? The Quest protein powders, they have 50% whey, 40% casein, which a lot of people like to try staying away from. More people are like intolerant to casein than they are to whey. And then 10% milk protein. So I like to just go for Isopure. It's 100% whey isolates. They both have the similar sweetener, sucralose. Taste-wise, yeah, Quest is better though, right?
Yeah, and result like mug cakes.
Yeah.
If you're baking anything, Quest comes out the best because the casein makes it really like creamy and thick, like how less powdery. But I would, if I was gonna eat something every day, I would go for 100% whey. I'd go for Isopure. What about a good smoothie?
Oh, I've been making a smoothie lately. Avocado, kale, spinach, parsley, some just almond milk, a little bit of collagen, a little bit of protein powder, like 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of MCT oil. Blend that together. It's like 800 calories. It's really big too. I've been doing it like once every 3 days. It's a new thing I'm trying.
Okay, so we serve this up.
Yeah. Look at that. This is just a good dinner.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Get into that. Were you guys Anthony Bourdain fans? R.I.P. Yes. I think like one of my first realizations of how much I was like into food and stuff was his first Travel Channel like 2-hour special he had. I forget what it was called. But I never read his book, which everyone raves about. But yeah, it's sad. He really like shaped the food game a lot. How good?
Super good. Crispy chicken thighs are my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, I always forget how good they are. Are you gonna try it?
Yeah.
Where are we on time? We're doing good. Isopure is a better grade of protein. You don't experience stomach issues. Huh, that's interesting. I've never really had stomach issues with other protein powders.
What did
Have
they
you?
say?
Isopure has a better grade of protein, so no stomach issues.
Oh. Or I think you're just saying it's whey isolate. Yeah. I think
casein
the
is like
casein is
dairy.
what gives people more stomach issues.
Yeah.
But a lot of times just any kind of protein powder, if you've never built up a tolerance to them, they give you a little bit of stomach issues.
Is that smoothie to replace a meal mat?
Usually, yeah. Or sometimes if I'm doing just
One big
more
meal
of
in
1 or 2
combination?
meals a day, yeah, I'll do it with some protein, like a hamburger or something.
It is like a 700 calorie smoothie.
Yeah. You can reduce that greatly though by just not using all of the added
Like
fats.
1/4 avocado instead. Like, yeah.
And
Just,
it's 400 calories worth of added oils, so you can just leave that out, and then it really reduces it if you're just going for the micros.
it's just a lot of carbs then, right?
Yeah. Try raw cheese. We love raw cheese. What are your thoughts on MCT oil powders?
I like them.
Convenience.
Yeah, I guess that's it. We like to travel with it.
If you're on a budget though, no, I wouldn't get it.
And if you if I used to have really bad issues with MCT oil, so the powders didn't really impact me as poorly, but like the flavored ones are just delicious, so it'll depend on the day and how I'm feeling.
That is a delicious meal, guys.
Yeah.
Anyone make it?
I feel like less and less people are making these recipes.
It just takes them a little time. They don't finish
Okay.
at the same time.
Yeah. A lot of people make it beforehand, which I like.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite recipes. L-carnitine, is it recommended? We take it sometimes, but if you're doing a high meat diet, you're getting enough carnitine, especially if you're doing red meat. You don't really need to supplement, I don't think.
A lot of bodybuilders, supplement with it regardless.
Yeah.
So it depends on your goals. If you're not like lifting a ton, I probably wouldn't supplement with it.
When did you start your YouTube channel? Almost 2 years ago.
August 2016. So this August it'll be 2 years, guys.
Travel Channel is doing Anthony Bourdain's first show, No Reservations Marathon.
Oh, that's cool.
When was the last time you had bread? I guess that would be like three. No, yeah, like
Three.
probably three or. Because even when before keto, I wasn't really doing bread that much. Maybe like
I was
3 or
doing
4
a
years
sandwich
ago.
every day. Sandwiches were my jam. I was never a pasta person.
Oh, I was. I used to do 1 pound of pasta a night when I would get home from work. Just like.
I guess a lot. I do that with like Kraft macaroni and cheese. I'd eat the whole box.
Yeah.
So good.
How do you make the chicken crispy? We just kind of covered that. You put it skin side down for 6 to 8 minutes on a medium heat pan, and then you turn it over when you bake it.
And then put it directly in the oven, and it'll cook the chicken through, but keep the skin really crispy.
Someone has us on the big screen right now. They sent us a pic on IG.
Yay! Can't wait to see it.
What if you don't eat red meat or pork?
Like, what are your other options? I mean, we just made chicken thighs. Chicken thighs are a great option. You can do like ground turkey. If you do like other lower fat meats, I would just recommend adding a lot of fat to it. Like, I've done ground turkey before. I get the fattiest turkey I can find, and then I'll add extra butter or coconut oil or something.
Yeah, fish, salmon. You're going to be just doing a lot more added fats because you're doing lower fat cuts of meat.
Which is fine.
Would you ever go back to corporate jobs?
Hell no.
No. I mean, if this all goes away tomorrow,
We're finding something else to start.
Yeah, I'm starting something else because it's just so much better when you're passionate and like building something and helping people.
Thank you for saying regardless instead of irregardless. Yeah, Matt used irregardless the other day, and I was like, what?
Did I?
Yeah, and I said irregardless is not a word.
I tried the keto Lent vanilla shake and love it. You think it's okay to replace a meal every day? Yeah.
I would say so. I had it yesterday for a meal. Phenomenal. Chocolate's my favorite though. But yeah, it was really filling. Good macros.
I think it's 400 calories, five carbs.
Yeah, 4 net carbs, 8 total.
Okay.
8 total, 4 net, 35 fat, 18 protein. So that's good macros.
It's on our products we love page, guys. If you want to check out all the products we like have tried and recommend, it's on our site. You go to shop. What about duck meat? Oh, duck meat's delicious. It's just so expensive here.
Yeah, we used to get it quite a bit, but yeah, we don't eat it that often. It's pretty expensive.
Have you tried a bread recipe with yeast? Mm-hmm. We have.
And Matt makes it so good, but he's unwilling to release it.
I just got it perfected still.
He's been saying that for like a year now. He used to make it in the Philly house.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
That was so long ago.
No more teasing us about Project X today. It's actually been at a standstill for like a week. We haven't made progress on it.
Yeah.
But it's a long-term thing. It's gonna be more like before Christmas.
You'll find out by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Where do you get Miracle Noodles? We get ours on Amazon, but you can order them in bulk off miraclenoodle.com, which we've also done. We have a coupon code, actually. I think it's just Keto Connect. Try that out.
Oh, for Miracle Rice?
Yeah.
Whoa. Did you hate SF and the university? Why didn't you like it?
Someone said, why didn't you like it?
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy law school, probably because of the people. You know, like, it's a different type of crowd. And I felt like I was back in high school, but we're all like 25, so it was very confusing for me, like mentally. But I enjoyed my classes. And then San Francisco is a great city to like visit. Good food, climate's okay time to time, but it's just really small. So after 3 years,
I know the entire city.
I had seen everything, and it's really, really, really expensive. So I was living like the high life, and I shouldn't have been.
Did you crave carbs after you gave them up? If so, how did you deal with that? Yeah, for like a good 4 months probably. At least.
I didn't track anything. I just ate till my contentness with keto foods.
Yeah.
I also ate really high protein, which filled me up, and that really helped stay away from the carbs.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is mental and just kind of, if there's a question in the back of your head, like, I'm not eating carbs anymore, this is weird. I got to the point where I just realized, like, it's not that weird to not eat carbs. It's more weird to be eating 400 grams of carbs a day like most people do. And yeah, just like Megan said, not really counting calories too much, just giving yourself some forgiveness on the calories until you get over it.
Just started following you guys a few weeks ago. You were great. I hope to see you at the book signing in Austin. You will absolutely see us, Lynn. We're excited. We're also going to be having Alterna Sweets. They're going to have spicy ketchup, hopefully for everyone. So you get a bottle of it. I just tried it yesterday.
Oh, you did?
It's really delicious because I wanted to make sure we're not like just handing out really junk products. But it's thick, spicy, and it's not too sweet. So it's like, and it's good ingredients. So it's their lowest carb product. So yeah, hopefully you'll get a bottle.
Starting vacation in Atlanta. We're coming for dinner
Woo!
to our house.
Yeah, I assumed.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Combat ketogenics. Do you ever eat carbs like at a restaurant? Just eat whatever you like? No, because whatever I like isn't carbs. Because I want to feel good every day.
We do eat whatever we like, and it's probably like a 12-ounce ribeye.
Yeah. What kind of carbs are worse? So I don't know necessarily. I think for me, I would say any kind of like whole grain gluten carbs is like the absolute worst. I would try to stay away from, especially like, I mean, Twinkies. It's just like hydrogenated oils and wheat and stuff. So like that's terrible. But outside of that, I would just like, my next level would be gluten free. Like I try to stay gluten free. Maybe so like sweet potatoes, not that bad, you know?
Like slow digesting carbs, I would prefer over
Yeah.
to like instant sugar carbs.
Yeah, I think keto starts as a mental thing first, someone said. I think that's true. I think that's everything.
Yeah. You two are helpful because you are real. You give us room to like food and not just be obsessed with macros. Yeah, it's difficult. And a lot of people, I think, fall into the mindset of like, oh, I'm keto. Now I have to track everything and be perfect and hit my fat and hit my protein. And like sometimes it's just nice to live the day without tracking and go based on how you feel. And I think that's the best way to gauge what foods make you feel good and what macro ratio makes you feel good. Experimenting a little for sure.
In my opinion, fructose is the worst carb. Yeah, I think there's an argument to be made for that too. Do you ever eat fruit? If so, what kind?
We don't eat fruit like out of like choice or intentionally for the fact that it's fruit, but we did have some recently from cookbook recipes. So whenever we test a recipe, like our blueberry cheesecake, we had some there.
Mainly just berries if we ever do it. And I would say that's probably a once, maybe like 3 or 4 times a year type of thing.
The last time I did eat fruit though, like enjoyably, was when we were carb cycling. So this time last year, I was having a pear for my pre-workout like carb, and it was delicious. I forgot how much I loved pears.
Did you guys notice spikes in blood glucose after eating dairy? I've been logging my meals and readings, and it seems there is a correlation. Look at that. She's figuring stuff out for herself there. That's awesome.
That's great information to know for your body. I haven't tested it enough to say that for myself.
I think there's some good data that dairy is going to raise your glucose a little bit. It shouldn't, like, I think gauging how much it does in relation to other foods is good.
And it depends on what the dairy is as well. Can I use cacao powder and fat bombs? Any reason why I shouldn't? Yeah, you can totally use cacao powder.
I caved and it had potato wedges today, and I'm not okay. Although it could have also been the crap ton of vodka I had.
It's probably the crap ton of vodka that also let you to eat the wedges because your inhibitions were down. But I mean, yeah, you did it. Move on.
I have a PT test coming up. What should I eat beforehand? I think that's something you gotta
A physical therapy test?
Yeah.
What?
I think.
What do you do during that?
I assume it's some kind of athletics.
Oh.
I think that's something you should test out a few times and
Before
see what you
you
perform best
actually,
with.
yeah, make sure it works for you.
Tomatoes and cucumbers are fruits, just like avocado. Getting long questions here. How long have we been going?
109.
Okay, let's cut this pretty soon.
So this was, I was just about to cut it.
It's so fun though.
Nervous about traveling and messing up DSK tips. So we traveled, we did low carb Breckenridge. We stayed in a really crappy hotel with no fridge and no microwave. So we literally would just buy our meal from the grocery store the night of. We were doing more like one meal a day, like big meal, and then like a couple jerky snacks or like fatty something during the day. I mean, you just kind of have to make a couple sacrifices and go out of your way to hit those macros. But if you're off a little, like, don't be too worried about it.
Do you ever eat chocolate? I eat chocolate almost every day. After dinner, I have one little block of 100% unsweetened chocolate. You can get it in the baking section. It's kind of intense for people, so you can maybe go down to get like 87% dark chocolate or even like 70. The carbs, just the lower the percentage you go, the higher the carbs get.
Have you seen since starting keto a loss in muscle?
No, we've been actually getting bod pods. Mega's gaining muscle.
I've gained muscle. You lost muscle during the cut.
I lost a little bit of muscle. I think it was 3 pounds.
That's it?
But I lost 26 pounds of fat. So when you lose a severe amount of weight like that, I think you should be expecting to lose a little bit of muscle too. I'm finding I need more protein even though my goal is weight loss. I'm wondering how you're coming to that conclusion, but yeah, just go for it.
Yeah, if that works for you. So a PT test is military run, sit-ups, push-ups.
Okay.
So like
I think you can do that on coffee, like. Just,
yeah. Or like fat bombs. I think that should be fine as well.
Every time you think you know something, Matt talks about another food he eats
That's
every day.
so true. He's constantly just evolving, which is fun. It's fun to keep up with him. But yeah, he changes a lot.
It's tough to do that and have a YouTube channel because I say one thing in a video and then I want
A
to
couple weeks
try
later.
new things. Yeah.
But I have to go to the bathroom really bad, so we're gonna call it.
We're calling it.
All right, guys. This was really fun. Hopefully you made this. If not, chicken thighs are a great meal prep, so try that out. Keto Made Easy is our cookbook if you want to check that out. And make our keto enchiladas. Those went live
Those are
today
really
on our
good.
food blog. So good.
See you guys.
We love ya.